See, I had to change to some black in honor of the night.
I'm
and
good.
I seen these pink LeBrons, and at first I wasn't gonna buy them, and I was like, "Fuck it," so I bought them. But I was just telling somebody, I'm real secure in my manhood, so it don't matter what color I'm wearing. All right, everybody. So if you guys were here, how many people were here last year for Black at Night? Yeah, okay. So you guys, might have a clue of what to expect. But this guy I'm about to introduce, I met him, I think about 5 years ago. It seems longer. I guess like internet years, like dog years. It seems like I've known him like half my life, but it's only been 5 years actually. But yeah, it was actually like after ASW, and we're in Vegas, and he was having some mastermind in a mansion, and so I think me and John Sugar went over there, and and I sat down, and I'm like, and he was talking, I was like, it was just like my mind was blown, like right away, and I was already Mr. 50K a day, and I was already doing pretty well, and the stuff he was talking about was just like next level, just like. I was like, man, this is like, I've never heard anybody, talk like this about affiliate marketing. I texted my wife and I was like, man, this guy's the smartest affiliate marketer I've ever seen in my life. And then this is the thing of like setting an intention. I was like, man, I'm gonna do business with this guy. I'm gonna do business with this guy, and we did. And since then, we've done lots of projects together. We've made, quite a bit of money together. Been through some stuff, some good and bad, but mostly good. It's really been good. And I've learned a lot from him, and you will tonight. So, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Luke Sample, aka Lambo Luke.
Go ahead and walk. Oh, there it goes. It's not working. You'll have to reset me, Derek. Go up there and make sure my audio's on. God dang it, there goes my joke. Fuck it up every time. Nope, not the audio. There it is. Yeah, lights need to go off. Nope. Hey, Steve, go up there and tell them just to play the video straight from the computer instead of playing it through the PowerPoint. That might be causing the audio problems. Mm-mm. Who? Bad. Mm-mm. Do they have it plugged into the right output? They probably have it plugged into the mic output. Hey, Thad. They probably have it plugged into the mic input or something. Because I hear the crackle, but make sure it's the headphones jack. Oh, it's in on the desktop folder called Black Hat Presentation, and it's Luke Entrance.
Hey, hear the one about the affiliate marketer walking to the bar? I haven't either. There's no good affiliate marketing jokes.
I can already see I'm going to have to do this.
Ken McCarthy, who you heard me and Lloyd talk about.
Okay.
When at the system seminar, one of his last ones,
I'll go do it.
some stuff happened, and he was like, conditions are rarely ideal.
Fix it, I think.
And that's just how life is sometimes. Conditions are rarely ideal. So I'll do some beatbox for y'all.
Here, guys. Scroll down. Scroll down. Down. Scroll down. Or up, sorry. Up. Right here. Yep.
Anybody have anything good for dinner?
Try that.
Yeah, Patron is always good. Still gonna have some food though, else you're gonna regret it.
Right click, play with VLC media player.
So what's everybody's favorite liquor in here? Where's my vodka people? Vodka. Who y'all like? Grey Goose? Ciroc? Oh, Ciroc, okay. Got a Ciroc boy over here. Yeah, I like Ciroc. I like Grey Goose too though. What about whiskey? Any whiskey fans? Jack Daniels? Oh, yeah. Oh. Well, you got a Jack fan. So, what kind of whiskey you like? Oh, okay. I never got into whiskey. I mean, I drink it. I mean, it's not a whole lot I won't drink, but yeah. Well, cognac. Any Yak fans? Oh, hold on. You on vodka? You on cognac? I need to come hang out with you.
Right there.
Man, you getting it in? Okay. Even better. Even better. Oh, hey, is the video running for the live stream? All right, because I told them I'd talk about this. We kind of talked about it briefly earlier, but I just want to like kind of make it clear, like as far as the Facebook, to get another Facebook account, you want to get a VPS.
I mean,
okay, you can just Google VPS. Here's what it is. Your credit card that you're going to use, it's important that the IP address is close to the physical address of your credit card, your billing address of your credit card, okay? So you can't be like in New York and your credit card is in California, all right? So they need to be close together. So what you should do is like find a VPS that's in your area, all right? So all the VPS is a virtual private server. It's just basically a computer, like a virtual computer in the cloud. And they're pretty cheap. You can get them for $10 a month, $20 a month, or less, really. But you need VPS, and then, like, say you need your credit card, debit card, whatever, that is, in the same vicinity of that IP address. What else? And just, like whatever you were running when it was banned, just, don't run that same, domain name. Get a new domain name. Just keep everything separate. But the main thing is VPS, different credit card. And just like these guys were saying, you can, like for me, I bank with Bank of America, and I can get employee cards. I don't even have to go in. You can just go online and you can just order employee cards. So that's one way to do it. Also, I think I can't remember which one it is, but one of the Bank of America credit cards, you can actually like make virtual credit cards. So you can use that. And I think Chase has something similar.
Greg, does he know we're good?
So it's not hard. I mean, to get different payment methods. Don't use PayPal. That is not good. Definitely use a credit card or debit card, not PayPal. What else? I mean, that's pretty much it. VPS.
Right.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Cool.
Hey, Greg, what's up, man?
Hey, Luke, what's going on, man? Are you busy?
No, not really. Just driving around, testing my new air freshener.
You aren't driving around throwing stacks of money at poor people again, are you? I mean, it's a good thing, man, but you scare the shit out of people when you do that.
What? No, I'm not chucking stacks of Benjis at the less fortunate.
All right, look, here's the deal, man. I need your help. you know I got a big Affiliate Millionaires event coming up this year again.
Yeah, I've seen some people talking about it on Facebook.
What I need for you to do is come out here and teach these guys the real stuff, meaning real underground stuff, okay? You can't leave anything out this year. I mean, I want you to show everything.
Wait a minute, you want me to show everything?
They're ready, man. This is my last event, and I think it's finally time to drop the bomb.
Let me sleep on it, and I'll get back to you.
All right, man, later.
Okay, see ya.
Man, he wants me to show everything. Everything. He said everything. I'll think about it. We didn't do the chime music there.
I feel that I very often watch a lot of young people sort of meander around without any idea about why they're doing what they're doing. I mean, to want and to be ambitious and to want to be successful is not enough. That's just desire. To know what you want, to understand why you're doing it, to dedicate every breath in your body to achieve. If you feel you have something to give, if you feel that your particular talent is worth developing, is worth caring for, then there's nothing you can't achieve.
Rule number 2 is break the rules. We have so many rules in life about everything. I say break the rules, not the law, but break the rules. It is impossible to be a maverick or a true original if you're too well behaved and not want to break the rules. You have to think outside the box. That's what I believe. After all, what is the point of being on this earth if all you want to do is be liked by everyone and avoid trouble? The only way that I ever got any place was by breaking some of the rules.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and welcome to the stage, Lambo Luke.
So light 'em up.
What a crowd. Absolutely awesome. So, fighting through some technical difficulties here, we got it to happen. So, obviously, Black Hat night tonight, and I'm going to skip through. Well, first of all, let me get to a couple things. First of all, warning, maybe some potentially offensive or scary information tonight. I'm going to take this off because I'm already hot. Greg said show everything. Please not that. So just be aware of that. This may or may not be for everybody, but I guarantee you that everybody in this room will get something from what we talk about tonight because we're going to cover quite a bit. Mostly dealing with advanced Black Hat affiliate tactics, but kind of taking it beyond affiliate tactics to really owning everything that you do, controlling everything that you do, because as an affiliate, whether you know it or not, you're not really controlling your business. You're simply not. You're at the mercy of Google. You're at the mercy of Facebook. Everybody tells you as an affiliate what you can and can't do. Right now, I don't know about you guys, but I hate that. When somebody tells me you can't do something, then that just makes me want to do it even more, right? So that's what this is about. How do we bypass those controls that they're pinning you down with and trying to tell you what to do with your business? Not cool, right? So, legal disclaimer, which probably isn't a real legal disclaimer after talking to my attorney last night, but none of what I'm talking about is legal advice. Seek competent legal advice. I'm going to be showing you guys, especially later on, we're going to talk about some income numbers and things like that. I obviously can't guarantee you're going to make any money with anything that I say. Just because you hear somebody talk or buy a product or something like that, you're not guaranteed to make any money. You guys know that, right? So that's my disclaimer I have to do. So I just kind of want to get a feeling for who I'm talking to, because that's going to let me skip some information or maybe not. So who was here last year for the Black Hat event that I talked at last year? Okay. All right. So there's a lot of new folks in here. What about any of you on the webinar that Greg held, that I was on with Greg? Okay, a lot of you guys saw that. Okay, good. Because I'm going to try not to recap any of that, because a lot of you guys already saw it. So, for those of you that don't know, I saw a lot of hands that were still down. I'm Luke Sample, or Lambo Luke, as Greg has coined, which is stuck. And Lambo Luke because I love cars. That's one of my favorite things in the world. And here are some of my toys. I just got a new toy recently. I'm from Southeast Missouri, so I have to have a Hoosier mobile. And this is my Ford Black Ops truck, jacked up and the whole thing. It's a fun toy. So I'm going to show you guys how I've been able to get some of those toys. So as you guys know, this is not going to be for everybody, like I said. I love Greg's line right here. There it is again. I love it. Don't be scared, right? So if you're worried about if you think Facebook and Google are the cops, this probably isn't going to be for you. Those types of things, right? So don't be scared. If you're afraid to lose accounts, I see that all the time, especially with new affiliate marketers, like, oh my God, they banned my account. Who cares? Get another one. Right? You're going to lose accounts. Another thing I noticed, especially with people that start doing Black Hat, is I'm just going to be straight up, we live in a soft world, a really soft world. Right? That's why I'm so big on athletics and sports. You learn not to be so soft. I know you guys heard Lloyd speak and things like that. That's a guy who is getting tapped out. Well, not anymore, right? But when he started, I'm sure getting tapped out every 15 seconds, like on the brink of death, and then he gets up and does it again. On the brink of death, and gets up and does it again. Losing an affiliate account seems like a cakewalk compared to that, right? A couple of pieces of paper aren't a big deal. So you got to be kind of tough to do this. And if you don't take action, none of this is going to make you any money, right? So if any of that scares you off, go on so we can really talk some good stuff, right? So we're going to get rid of the wimps. Now that all the wimps are gone, nobody left. I didn't think anybody would. I want to start with just a little story here. I'm not going to be some motivational speaker here. There are some really good people that are going to come up here and do that kind of thing for you guys. I want to try to stick to what's directly relevant to what I know and what I do, and something you guys can take away that's going to be actionable. But I do want to give one story because I think it's really important. How many of you guys have heard the story about the guru and the student, and the guru takes the student to the beach, teaches them a lesson there? Some of you guys? Okay, a few of you guys have heard it. Good. Awesome. I love this. So a lot of you have not. So I'm just going to give it to you real quick. Basically what happens, there's a young student. He approaches a mentor, a guru, and says, hey, I want to be able to do what you do. In this case, we'll use money, right? I want to be able to make millions of dollars like you. How do I do it? And the guru says, hey, meet me on the beach tomorrow morning at 4 a.m., and I'll show you exactly what to do. Okay, so next morning, gets his clothes on, goes to the beach. The guru's on the beach waiting for him, and he says, all right, come on out to the water. And he walks in the water, about waist deep. And the kid's going, okay, whatever you say. So he follows him in the water waist deep. And the guru's like, you want to make money, right? He says, yeah. Okay, follow me out. So he gets out, about this deep. And the kid follows him out about that deep. And he's thinking at this point, this old dude's crazy, but he makes a bunch of money, and I want to make money too. So whatever. And so he said, I want you to take a couple more steps. And so he gets him pretty high. And then as soon as he gets about nose level, the guru reaches and grabs the back of the kid's head and shoves him underwater and holds him there. Like he's drowning. You guys have seen this in movies constantly. Pulls him up, lets him get a breath, down again. Boom, drowning, right? Lets him up. And he says, okay, lesson's over. Back out to the beach. The kid's, he can't breathe. He's like, you're crazy. What were you doing? And the guru said, lesson number 1, when you want to succeed as bad as you just wanted to breathe, then you're likely to be successful. You guys missed it. I'm going to say it one more time. When you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you're going to be successful. Okay? A lot of guys, what we just talked about earlier, they don't really want it. They want it, but not really. Right? They rather play some Xbox or lose an account and whine and cry about it. They don't really want it as bad as they want to breathe. I can tell you this. I would say way over 90% of the top 1% of earners in this industry that I've met, over 90% of them all have that I have to succeed as bad as I want to breathe attitude. Right? Now, why do I share that? I'm going to tell you this. If you don't have that piece of it, everything I show you here in just a few minutes, completely useless. It's never going to work for you. I promise you, it won't. And I was sitting in your position a couple of times and heard guys speak, and I kept hearing people talk about mindset and motivation, all these things. I'm like, yeah, whatever. It's fine. I want to do this. But really, things don't start to happen until you start to put that mindset in place. Right? So you have to have that. So if you don't have that, you better get that first. Work on that first before you move to this stuff, okay? So let's cover some misconceptions about black hat really quick. A lot of people think black hat means illegal. There's a difference between illegal and black hat. When I talk about black hat, what I mean, and what most of us affiliate marketers mean, are you might be breaking the terms of service, something like that, but it's not illegal. You're not going to jail for it. You're not committing fraud or something like that. Because the bottom line is, you can make money like that all day long, but you're not going to keep it, and you can't spend a whole lot of money from a jail cell, so it doesn't really matter, right? So black hat doesn't mean illegal. Here's the big misconception. Black hat is a short-term play. Oh yeah, it works because you found a loophole or something like that. You guys are going to hear from a guy later on that's been running one of my methods for 8 years. 8 years. I've been running the method for 12. Same exact one. I've changed nothing. How many campaigns in affiliate marketing do you know that are white hat, long-term methods that are running for 7 years. I don't know of any. I can't spot one. I haven't my entire career. But I know multiple black hat methods that have lasted that long or longer. So when somebody says black hat is a short-term play, it's because they don't understand black hat. Okay, so just to get those misconceptions out of the way, the bottom line is the goal is to make everybody happy. Everybody's got to be happy. The networks, the lead buyers, the advertisers, everybody has to be happy, or it is a short-term play. So our goal is to bend the rules just enough so that you get a huge competitive advantage over other affiliates, but you're not doing anything illegal or, in certain cases, doing things that aren't going to be long-term for you, okay? So that I just want to get that clear, because everybody comes in thinking, black hat, haha, illegal. No, short-term, no, none of that's correct. So we're going to talk about owning your business, and that's going to allow you to own your competition, okay? So I talked about black hat a little bit. Some of you guys will remember this, but this is a quote by somebody. Don't give it away if you know it. Anybody know who said this quote? If you aren't willing to cheat, you don't want to win bad enough. I know some of you guys probably know. Jordan? It's a good guess. Michael Jordan has some really good quotes, but that's not one of them. It was actually Jesus that said that. I have a laugh track on my PowerPoint. It makes it even funnier, but it was really terrible. But it was actually me. I said that. But Jesus would have said that, I'm sure, if he would have been here tonight. But this goes back to that mentality, right? That mindset, okay? I know that joke was in poor taste. I'm sorry if I offended anyone. Not really. Again, break the rules. You're going to lose accounts. You're going to lose commissions. You're going to fail over and over at this until you get it. You're competing. This is a competition. Whether you like it or not, you are competing with other affiliates for the same ad space, for the same traffic, for the same payouts. It's competitive. So anybody that cowers down and plays that game, forget it, not the industry for you, right? So let's talk tools. What I want to do tonight is this is really where I want to focus, is talk specifically about the tools I use, because that's going to be important. You need two things. You need information, and then you need the ability to act on that information. And in order to act on the information I'm going to give you, you need to understand how the tools work. Because I can tell you this, I've done it 100 times, more than 100 times. I can give somebody some basic information and a couple of software tools and turn them loose, and it's golden. Okay, so that's what I want to focus on, our tools. Now, again, not this kind of tool. Software tools. We're going to talk about 3 tools. And these are so if I could only have 3 things in my arsenal, these are the 3 things I would want. And these are the 3 things I want to show you guys, okay? So if somebody comes to me, I don't care who it is, I want to make 7 figures this year. How do I do it? I give them these 3 things. And that's it. Nothing else. Nothing else. All right, so tool number 1 is a tool I call Lead Stealth. And again, when you want to own your traffic, but you also want to own your data. Okay, Lead Stealth allows you to own your data. And let me just give you a quick rundown. You guys saw that. I'll give you a quick rundown in a second. Tool number 2 is Stealth Jacker. This is owning your traffic. Bypassing Google, bypassing Facebook, bypassing everybody who tells you what you can and can't run, and you own your own traffic. We're going to talk about that. And then the third tool is an auto mailer, which we probably won't get to tonight. I'll talk about that in a minute, okay? That's owning the communication. So if you own the data, if you own the traffic, if you own the communication, you take control of your business. And all 3 of these tools actually work together, but they can also work individually, okay? So owning the data, a lot of you guys will remember this from the webinar, but the first thing you want to do is start doing what I call data siphoning. Okay, and this is where you're collecting the data, You have the ability to monetize, and when I say data, I just mean lead information. You guys all know what data is, right? When you collect a lead, and that's considered data. You guys are a little more advanced. So then you can monetize that data instantly. I'm going to show you a couple of ways to do that. Here's the trick. A lot of people try to collect data by building squeeze pages. That's not how you do it. You missed it. A lot of people say to collect data, you build a squeeze page before an offer. That's not how you collect data. That's not how you do it. You can do it that way, but you're going to lose. Okay? And I'm going to show you that in a second. And once you collect that data, you can, of course, monetize it multiple times, and it becomes a long-term asset for you. Here's the cool thing with the first tool. You can actually do this without driving any traffic. Okay, you're going to hear from a guy later who does 7 figures a year with this tool. Way at 7 figures. He's made a ton of money with this. And he hasn't ever driven a single click. Sounds crazy, right? We'll talk about it later. So, data siphoning, here's how it works. I'm going to tell you exactly how to do it. You can try to do this. If you're a programmer, you can do it. Otherwise, you're going to need to probably get a programmer to help you do this, right? Data siphoning, real quick, because I know some of you guys have seen this before. We want to replicate the landing page. We want to collect the data. We auto-submit that data to the advertiser's landing page, and then we monetize the data that we collected. Now, another disclaimer here. You have to have your opt-in, terms of service, privacy policy, all of that buttoned up really good here, okay? Because you're collecting user information, so that's important. But again, seek competent advice on that. I don't have to get into that. But basically, when you collect data, you need to make sure that you tell that lead exactly what you're going to do with that data. So here's how it looks, right? This is an offer here, and here's the advertiser's page on one side, and this is our replicated page on the other. It looks the same, right? It's because it is. It's the same exact page. The funny thing is, this advertiser stole that landing page and put their own little bottle on there, so I didn't feel too bad about taking their page from them. But basically, here's what happens. You take their page, replicate it exactly, except with your terms of service for the opt-ins, right? And you add their terms too. Technical details there. And then here's how it works. Drive traffic to your page. Your replicated page looks exactly like the advertiser's page. The data is collected, and then once the data is collected, it goes 2 different places. It goes to our database, and at the same time, it goes to the advertiser's database. How do we do that? Well, obviously, it's just like any other form. We collect the data, but then it's also sent to the advertiser's landing page and auto-submitted. Now, again, that's where your terms of service come in and your privacy policy. But here's basically what happens. That data comes in, you collect it, and guess what? Now you get to monetize it. The advertiser also collected it just as they would have, and they get to monetize it too. So you both get to monetize that. And here's what happened. The user didn't see anything different. Their experience was exactly the same. The only thing that happened was you got to collect the data. Okay, that's the only thing that happened. You lost no conversions. None. That's really important because anytime you start to put squeeze pages in front of landers and things like that, it becomes difficult to maintain your conversion percentage. Right? This way, you can. That's really important. So you lose nothing, you gain data, which therefore makes you profitable. So we're going to do a demo of lead stuff later to kind of show you, but let me talk about a couple of guys that you're going to hear from later, and then I want to get to what I really wanted to show you guys, which is tool number 2. Here's what happens when you own the data. I want to give you some specific examples of this because it seems like a lot of times when you show a tool or a method, people go, okay, yeah, that sounds good, and then they just never apply it. I find that when you tell them the method and then show them 8 other people and how much they're making, all of a sudden it hits home like, yeah, I better implement that, right? So here's somebody in their first 30 days that started owning their data. They started siphoning, but they were also using a method without traffic, which I can't talk about right now. Second month, 31,000. So in their first 2 months, $55,000 profit. $55,000 profit in their first 60 days. That's not too bad. If they were not siphoning the data, they would have been negative. That's the difference. Okay? You got affiliates doing the exact same thing. One siphoning the data. He's making $55,000. The other one turns his campaign off. You guys get that? That makes sense? Okay. This is a game of tiny, tiny inches. Just a tiny little advantage is going to make the difference. So we've actually got somebody in the audience here that's making $5,000 a day with this. He was at this event last year, sitting in the seat you're sitting in, listened to what I said, took action on it, $5,000 a day. In case you can't do the math, that's $1.8 million for the year. Would you guys like an extra $1.8 million? Anybody? I would. If you don't want it, send it my way. Yeah, I mean, that's badass, right? So, again, all about collecting and owning the data. Right? This is someone that's here right now. We'll hear from them later, hopefully. Here's another one. This is what's become a buddy of mine. His name's Hunter. I met him years ago. He was actually at the Mastermind event Greg mentioned earlier when Greg did the introduction. And Greg probably doesn't even know how Hunter's doing at this point. He's made 7 figures every year since 2007. 7 figures every year since 2007, collecting data, running campaigns that everybody else would have turned off. He's got, and you'll hear from him later, he's got 150 full-time employees. He's got a huge call center. He runs a whole business off of this one method, one tool. Right? That's all you need. So a lot of you guys think, oh, I need to know how to do this, and I need to know how to do this, and I need to know how to do this. No, you don't. You only need one really good thing. Really good thing, and that's all you need. Right? That's all. And Hunter's done nothing else. He likes to travel, and he's lived, I can't even keep up with the guy. I just see him on Facebook. He moved to Mexico like just a couple weeks ago, and then he'll be somewhere else in a few weeks, and it's crazy. Right? So, again, that's what happens when you own the data. We got somebody else in the room, in this room, that has done $180,000 in 1 month using data collection, okay, using what I call lead stealth. And probably hear from him later too. Heard from him last year if you were here. That's what happens when you own the data, okay? Own the data. I want to drive that home. That's one of the points I wanted to get home tonight. Own your data. Quit giving it to the advertiser. Unless I'm the advertiser. Then you can give it to me. Then don't data siphon. So own your data. Tool number 2. So that was tool number 1. I call it lead stealth. Tool number 2, stealth jacker. Owning your traffic. Owning your traffic. So I want to get straight to a demo with this because this is the best way to explain it. I can sit up here and try to talk all day long. It's not going to make any sense. Actually seeing it in action is where it is. So I want to show you guys some stuff here. So a lot of you guys saw that webinar where I showed ranking 1 for any search term that you want. I showed you getting banner placements on any site that you want and not paying for the clicks. Showed you all kinds of crazy stuff, right? So I'm going to tell you exactly how that works now so we can get straight into the details. The way it works are browser extensions or adware. I hate that term because when you say adware, people go, not a virus or something, or phishing or something like that. Browser extensions. Browser extensions allow you to control what the user sees. Again, assuming that your terms of service clearly and conspicuously say that you can. Okay? So let me show you some examples of this. Which, of course, another disclaimer, I don't do any of this. I don't do any of this. Nor do I recommend you do any of this. So, but I want to show you how cool this stuff can be. All right, so let me connect real quick here. All right. Oh, somebody have yeah. Should I unplug this? Is this going to display for everybody to see? I don't know if that field is, yeah, it's not hidden. Uh-oh. We're good. All right. We back? We're back. Cool. All right, so let me show you how this works. I want to show you the admin tool. I want to show you what I was doing on the webinar that you guys saw. Now, this is pretty cool. Some of you guys that saw this last year. It's light years ahead of where it was, further along than where it was last year. So let's do this. I want to go through each feature in the control panel, show you what it does, and then we'll do a live demo so you can actually see it in application, so you can get an idea of kind of how to use this. Now, here's the deal. This is all about creative thinking a lot of times. You got to get a little creative with this, think outside the box, and we'll do a couple examples here I can show you guys. But let's start with search engine results. So, again, why deal with, first of all, paying for clicks? Who likes to pay for clicks? Ad approvals, accounts, all that kind of stuff. I did all that for years, and I was like, why am I just beating my head against the wall over and over and getting outsourcers to create accounts and all these different things, right? And I said, there's got to be a better way. This way is much better. Once you get that install, you own that individual. Okay, so search engines. How do search engines work? Let me show you 3 different ways. Now, here's the way I have this set up. The search engine results modify obviously the big 3. Google, Yahoo, Bing, right? And let me just give you, we're going to focus on Google for our examples because that's the big one, obviously. So we do organic injection. We do sponsored injection. And we do what we call replacement. All right? So I'll show you each of those things. Let's do the first one. The first one, and I just set up a couple of dummy campaigns. Obviously, the text in these campaigns, I didn't want to give away live campaigns or anything like that. These are all dummy text. You don't want to copy what I say here. It's not really going to get you anywhere. It's not a good ad, but it serves our purposes, okay? So here's the way the tool works. This is what I did on the webinar to get all these results, right? It's got a name, and you could set all these things up in campaigns, and it tracks and all that kind of stuff, of course, automatically. We can talk about that later, but basically, I named it lose weight, so we know. We can do keywords here, and I normally do a big keyword dump. You can upload Excel file. You can do all kinds of cool stuff here. We're working on some keyword APIs where you can just pull in keywords automatically. But basically, we're going to use one keyword, fat loss here. Title, lose 550 pounds in 7 days guaranteed. Of course. Again, do not use that text as an ad. I just want to show you how this makes it really hit home, how ridiculous this becomes when you see all this on the page and then you see my ad there. Click-throughs are insane, right, when you can do anything you want. So lose weight fast, guaranteed, get results, whatever, and of course we're going to send them to Jimmy Craig and destination. So we have a display URL and a destination URL. You can define all these things, okay? So let's go ahead and go to Google. We'll search for fat loss. And there we are right there. Lose 550 pounds in 7 days guaranteed, and then it goes wherever you want it to go. Right? Goes to Greg Davis event. Now think about, and here's what I want you to think about. A lot of people, when they understand this is about extensions, they go, oh man, you have to get like thousands of installs. No. How you make money is completely dependent upon how good your campaigns are that you create. Right? Think of one individual user. Let's just say it's a 45-year-old woman. Think about all of the things that you can do that she does that you can make money from. Right? She sits down, she's looking to lose weight, boom. She's looking for car insurance, boom. She's looking for things she doesn't even know she's looking for, boom. Right? So you can, if you monetize correctly, what you need to focus on are your campaigns, not your number of installs. Once you get your campaigns maxed out, and there are a couple of automated ways to do that we'll talk about, then you focus on loading up your installs. Okay? You spread wide and then you go deep. So that's an example of a search engine organic result. We could do sponsored, but you guys, it's the same thing. We lost some time there in the beginning, so I'm going to skip around a little bit. I want to show you replacement. This is something I did not show on the webinar. Here's how replacement works. Basically, you obviously name it, you give it a description, you choose your keywords, or you upload a giant CSV or whatever you want to do, and then you provide a destination URL. Where do you want these people to go? All right, so make money online. Let's do a Google search for make money online. And this is pretty wild here. This should start to get the light bulb turning. Right? Make money online. Now, you're not going to see anything different. This looks like what you're going to see if you search for this on your machine. But check this out. And you guys won't be able to see this, but I'll open up some tabs. We'll just open up this tab and see where it goes. Goes to gregdavisevent.com. We'll open up this tab and see where it goes. It goes to gregdavisevent.com. We'll open up this tab and see where it goes. It goes to gregdavisevent.com. We'll open up this tab and see where it goes. It goes to gregdavisevent.com. Right? So, completely different way of thinking, right? Completely different. Now, when they slap in a search result, you control. When I say you control everything, you control everything. Right? Obviously, if somebody's wanting to make money online, gregdavisevent.com is a good place. Right? So, that's what we call replacement. And what it does is, I love this, it gives your users more relevant ads. Gives them what they want. Right? Terms of service. Okay? Bending the rules, right? So, all right. So that works for all the major search engines. Well, the top three, Bing, Yahoo, Google, exactly the same way. Okay? So you fully control all searches. Organic, sponsored, and full page replacement if you want to. You can do cool stuff too, like you can define basically frequency caps and things like that, where you say, hey, look, only take the page once. If they click on it, they go to Greg Davis event, they come back, then you could just show them, you could take your link away. Because one of the keys that you'll need to figure out when you're doing this method is how far do I go versus how far do I back off, because you don't want your users to uninstall your extension because then you don't make any money. So you have to be transparent about it, but not so much that you're not going to make any money. So that's search engines. I'm just curious. Do you think you can make some money if you completely controlled the search engines? Anybody make any money? Does that change the game a little bit? Right? See how it's not really a fair. The right tools and the right information can really make a difference. So, pop-ups. Well, I see a lot of people paying for CPV traffic. They're paying for their traffic. Oops. Yeah, I don't. No paying for traffic when you can just do this. So watch. Check this out. So the way pop-ups work, you're gonna love this, right? So name it, obviously, just for your naming purposes. Destination URL. You can define a height and a width of your pop-up, and then you can target a couple different ways. Just like CPV, you can target with keywords, or you can target when they hit a specific URL. So let me just show you an example of that. What do I have in here as an example? Okay, so this is an insurance example. keywords are insurance, car insurance, whatever. It's a 500 by 500 pop-up. So think about controlling the entire page like we just did, and then think about also, you can combine these things, right? Start to also think about that as we go over these features. Start to think about how you can put them together, because chaining them is where it gets really cool. So, insurance. There's your insurance zip code, zip submit. They search for insurance. And I didn't pay a dime for that, right? Once the install was there, we got it. Free zip code submit. Now think about this. Data siphon that also. See, combining the tools. So pop up, but it's my replicated landing page, like we talked about earlier. Zip submit, boom, you get the conversion for the zip submit, but you also collected the zip. You can do what you want. There's all kinds of different things you can do. Right? Make sense? Okay, so that's a pop. So you're basically running your own CPV network, which also the tool allows you to sell your traffic. So you can actually do your own CPV network. Normally, it's more profitable for you to run your own campaigns first, and then you sell your remnant traffic. So we'll talk about that in a second. But pop-ups. Redirects. This gets pretty wild. Oh, wait. I have to show you this. This is way cool. So let's say you want to target URLs, and you go, okay, well, which URLs do I target? There's a built-in tool for that, and basically, if you know it's an insurance ad, what I would do is I would type in insurance right here. I would search, and then I saved that. I didn't mean to do that. It's not going to like me. I'm going to have to redo that. There it goes. So what it does is, I've just got a built-in scraper here just to make our campaign creation quicker. So what it just did is it went out to Google and it grabbed the top 4 results on Google and slapped them in here. So that way you can specifically target these URLs. So what will happen is, assuming you have nothing else happening when the person searches for insurance, any of the top 4 links that they click on Google are going to then serve your pop. So your pop would show up on Progressive, Nationwide, Geico, and Allstate at that point. Okay? That makes sense? And it does that for you automatically. You can pull in more. You can just keep searching and it just keeps scraping and getting more and more URLs for you. Pretty cool. It's just a way to create a lot of campaigns really fast. So redirects. This is way cool. So there are a lot of different ways to do this, but basically what happens is when the person visits a URL in their address bar, since we can control everything, if they go to, let's say, some other internetmarketersevent.com, we can just shoot them over to gregdavisevent.com. And then they try to go to some other, back to gregdavisevent.com, right? So here's an example of that. And again, you can target based on different ways, but here's URLs, and I just did a search, right? And it pulls up the top 4 results. And I'm going to show you guys how this works. So let's just do this so I can show you it makes more sense when I just do it. So, mortgage, right? Search for mortgage. First of all, there's a pop there. But search for mortgage. Remember the first 4 results I had it pull in. So what happens is if you go to mortgagecalculator.com, now think of this as if it were one of your affiliate links, right? Mortgagecalc.com, and then, wait a minute, let's run you to lowermybills.com. You guys have seen that offer probably, right? Affiliate offer. Automatic forced redirects through your affiliate links. Pretty cool. Get creative on that one. You can probably start to see some cool ideas there. Banners, same thing. Let's just show you a couple examples there. Tell them you're busy. Baseball. So we'll do a search for baseball, and there's your banner. Greg and I have banners all over the place. It's crazy. So that's an example. We'll do another one, CNN.com. There we are. Now here's the cool thing. I want you to think about this creatively. That's obviously just a dummy example. But think about what happened here. How much do you think that placement would cost you? $15 a lot. More than you probably would want to spend. That's why mostly here you won't see affiliates. You'll see a lot of branding on that high level. But here's the other thing. Flashing any image you want, any text you want on CNN.com. On any website that you want, right? Not just CNN, it's just an example, right? YouTube, you name it. Right? Can anybody make any money with a banner anywhere you want it for not paying for the clicks? Obviously. Okay. Those are banners. The way banners work, here I'll show you how this works in the tool. Obviously the name, and then you determine the size of the banner. Now here's the way this works. This also integrates with ad servers, which is really cool because you can use your ads, if you're a media buyer, you can still use your ad server to serve all of your ads through to your installs. What's cool about that is it allows you to do all of your stat tracking, all of your automatic optimization, all of your rotation and split testing, all of that through your high-end ad server, and it serves your ads for you through your AdWare platform. Right? Cool, auto optimization. So the way this works is you can choose a size, and it will replace that size banner everywhere it sees it. But if you have an ad server running, you might set up 30 campaigns. So you might have 30 different banners, and it'll rotate through those. Right? So size. Another way to do it is to choose destination URL. So this is where you would do something like CNN.com. And that way you're not replacing, for example, if you have mortgage banners, you might want to target, obviously, mortgage sites where people are looking for financial things. If you have an internet marketing banner, you probably want to target internet marketing related things, right? You don't necessarily want that same ad everywhere. Maybe. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. It depends on what you're doing. So that feature is there. So you define the URL, you upload your file, and then you tell it where you want it to go. You want that link to go. Pretty simple. And then there's a frequency, allows you to define how many times that happens so you don't annoy your users and things like that. Banners. So at this point, let's just kind of recap what we've got, like all the simple stuff so far. We're getting ready to get into some wild stuff. So also this is all targetable by country. That's important when you start to get traffic because, well, there are a lot of reasons. You guys will hear a lot about international traffic and things like that this week. So, by the way, how you guys liking the event so far? Yeah. Pretty awesome, huh? Give it up for Greg. He's done what an awesome lineup. I can't wait to hear some of the speakers myself. So, you're going to hear a lot about international traffic and stuff like that. So, no reason to cover it, but that's really powerful. We now control search engine organic, sponsored, and replace the whole page. Pop-ups anywhere you want. Redirect. If they land on a page, you send them wherever you actually want them to go. I want to show you a cool trick for that in a minute, if you hadn't thought of it already. Banners. Control every banner on every site that you want. Let's go Facebook. Let's do some Facebook fun. This will make you grin. Facebook. Let's see all the things we can do on Facebook. So there are multiple ways we can monetize Facebook. We have Facebook has the sponsored results. We can, of course, monetize those. The suggested posts, we can monetize those. We have two other tricks for monetizing albums, photos, and chat. I mean, I've seen people use these. These are things that people can do. That's what I meant to say. So let's just take a look. So on Facebook right now, let me adjust this resolution so you guys can actually see what's going on. Hopefully this doesn't, if it messes something back there with you guys, let me know. I'm just trying to We okay? Okay? All right. I didn't want to mess you guys up. I just wanted them to be able to see the whole thing. So, sponsored results. Now, of course, I didn't change the image. No? Oh, okay, okay. Well, it's okay. I can scroll around. It's not a problem. Okay. So, let's talk about monetization. First one, sponsored results. When's the last time you guys saw a flashing banner on Facebook? Think you can make money with a flashing banner on Facebook? So, tomorrow night, I want you to think about this when you hear Adult Night tomorrow night. Pretty awesome, right? Because you can put whatever image you want there. Flashing, provocative, whatever, right? Think you can get some click-throughs that way? But here's the cool thing. You don't have to pay for them. You get the click and you don't have to pay for it. So let's look at the suggested post. So the way the suggested post works, Richard Simmons, make $1 billion beast mode. Like, that's obviously never getting approved. There's 17,000 likes on that one. So, terrible. That's the only image I didn't do for this presentation. I left it. It's awesome. So, again, flashings. I mean, you're going to see that. And you don't have to pay for that. You don't have to get an approval. You send it wherever you want. Of course, it's going to gregdavisevent.com, right? We open it up. Obviously, it goes to gregdavisevent.com. Okay? So far, we've talked about Facebook not paying for any of this. Right side, suggested feed. Here's the next one. This is pretty wild. Oh, I have a message. Ah, damn Richard Simmons. Sweating to the oldies, lose fat, and shake those buns at the same time. Richard is always messaging me on Facebook. And then it goes to, of course, look how fabulous he is, right? RichardSimmons.com. So that's another way to monetize Facebook. Let's look at an album real quick. So here's how albums work. Let's click on some of my stuff. Show you guys. So, apparently I posted a banner image. So that's a way to monetize albums on Facebook. Okay? So those are creative things out. Here's what I want you to take away from that. Those are ad locations that are impossible to get anywhere else. You're not going to buy that. We're going to buy that. It's not going to happen. Right? You can't buy a message, and it just doesn't happen. Right? So not only do you have the competitive advantage of running whatever you want, you also have the competitive advantage of running whatever you want in ad locations that don't exist. You missed it. Maybe you didn't. You get to run ads in locations that don't exist. It's pretty cool. All right. Enough Facebook fun. Think you can monetize Facebook now? We got that under control, right? Check. Okay, done. Next. Email. I don't know if I should show this, but I've seen other guys do it. I just want you guys to be aware of what may be residing on your machines. Okay. So let's go to Gmail. And I'm going to check my email. And let's see. Natalie Craig just sent me a message. She would love to chat. Let's see what that's about. Hi, my name's Natalie. I want to chat. Okay. Married hall pass. What a horrible offer. So this is not a real email. It's an ad that we've injected as an email, or that other guys do inject as an email. So, all right, so we've covered banners and replacements on search engines and Facebook. And now what you get to do is inbox 100% of the time. Inbox 100% of the time. But not only that, out of the very top of their inbox. That's pretty powerful. Pretty powerful. Okay? Let's do Twitter. Same thing as Facebook. I don't need to go through every single demo. I hope we can move on to other cool stuff, right? Does the same thing on Twitter. So now you get your Twitter injects. Page wrapper. So here's another impossible location placement. So here's how this works. You, of course, name it. You have a WYSIWYG editor here, and you have a header or a footer or both that you can define. And then you define the target, which again can be a URL you type. It can be URLs that you scrape with the scraping engine, etc. Okay? So, and then of course a frequency cap. This one in particular is targeted at Netflix. Let's look at Netflix. So I go to Netflix, and whoa, get a free year of Netflix. Well, that seems better than not getting a free year, so let's do that. And then, of course it's an affiliate offer, right? Again, playing, and it's a game that's not fair. You could never, unless you're doing this method, you can't have a giant banner at the top of Netflix as an ad. You can't even buy that. You can't even do it. Pretty cool. So that's what we call wrappers. So you can do header, footer, both. So let's keep going. Affiliate link replacement. All right, so we've monetized everything known to man so far, but we left out a huge piece. Here's what I want you to think about. This is the way I want to explain the feature, and then I'll go in and show you how to edit it. So here's the way this works. Think of it this way. What if you had every single affiliate marketer that was on a major network working for you for free? Right? Every single affiliate is finding the placements for you, split testing the ads for you, figuring out what offers work, what offers don't work. They're doing all of these things and working their butts off for you. Here's how that works. It's real simple. Affiliate link replacement. Name it, whatever your network is, or whatever, however you want to define your network. If you got multiple accounts at a single network, this allows you to do that. That's what we use it for. You could choose Amazon, Commission Junction, eBay, Linkshare, Max Bounty, whatever it is. I wouldn't recommend these networks. These are just examples, of course. You put in your affiliate ID. You save it. Done. Here's what's just happened. Every single affiliate link that hits the browser is now yours. Hey, come on. Yeah, awesome, huh? So the concept is, everybody's out there, and you guys are working real hard for me right now, figuring out all your placements and split testing, and oh my God, I only lost 10,000 today, so if I just tweak it, I can make a little more. And I'm just like, yeah, you keep firing away. Test it up for me. Test it up. And then I just go, okay, the browser, this is basically what happens. The browser goes, oh, affiliate link, and it's to a network we recognize. Wait a minute. We have an affiliate ID for that. Let's put Luke's in. Yours is now gone. That's how it works, right? So again, completely unfair game. Now, okay, yeah, you probably can figure out, okay, yeah, I can make some good money with, some search engine replacement and some banners and stuff. If you can't make money owning everybody else's affiliate campaigns, practice doing this because you should be sacking groceries and not doing affiliate marketing, right? So, affiliate network or affiliate ID replacement. I've seen other guys do that. That's just for your entertainment. AdSense blocks works the same way. AdSense of somebody's, nope, it's mine. Right? And simple enough. Name, client ID, ad slot, save. Done. So all those guys who work so hard to get their blogs ranked in the search engine so they can get those tiny little wee payouts from AdSense all really add up when you can take all of it. You guys getting it now? Is it clicking? Cool. So that's some of the new stuff. Now, so I've got about 2 minutes left. I'm kidding. I heard somebody go, what? Closer to 30, but I'm not going to hold you guys here the whole time because we're going to do something a little different. Let me pull this up. So that's what I call Stealth Jacker. So that's actually only tool number 2. Remember I said I wanted to cover 3 tools tonight. Collecting the data, and I said you would hear from some of the other guys, which you will. I said tool number 2, Stealth Jacker, which we just went through. And then the third tool is owning your communication and automated mailer, which we're not going to be able to get to tonight. Okay, so we just don't have enough time. So, anybody would you guys like these? Anybody care to have this? Anybody want an unfair advantage? Be letting everybody else do your affiliate campaigns for you. So, it's been a long time since I've run just a straight-up affiliate campaign because there's no need when you own your own traffic. So one thing I didn't mention about Stealth Jacker, which I should now, is when I said you can run your own ad server, depending on the ad server you utilize, you can actually sell that traffic to advertisers, so you don't even have to monetize it yourself, right? That's pretty cool. So if you have your campaign set up and rocking and rolling, you can go, okay, well, I have all these other impressions that I'm not monetizing, tens, hundreds of thousands of keywords that people are searching for that I don't have a campaign created for, all these things. You can sell that to advertisers. That's the difference. See, you're winning at every single turn. At every single turn, you're controlling your business and outcompeting the competition. So here's the thing I want to cover. The good news is I'm going to make sure that you guys can get access to the tools. Everybody's waiting for the bad news. Everybody's waiting for the bad news. So that's the good news. We're going to get access to the tools. The bad news is it's not going to be tonight. And then I had this boo track, boo, and it's not, my audio is not working. So I can't do it tonight. But here's what's cool, what Greg wanted to do, which I thought was a really good idea, because I have 3 tools and I want to kind of spread this out. Greg's going to have me come back. And I'm going to talk again, and we're going to focus on the third tool and a couple of other things. Okay, so the good news is going to have access to it. The bad news is it's not going to be tonight. And the reason is I want to open this up publicly for you guys to get access to, but I want to make sure that you see all three tools, because it's really important that you see how all three tools work together. And I also want you to hear from some people that are doing that, using each tool individually and together. And again, we obviously don't have time for that, right? So I don't want to release the thing and all that's not there, because I want you guys to get the full picture, okay? So here's what you can do to kind of just raise your hand and say, yeah, I want to take a look at this. You can go to blackhatorder.com/Greg and do a registration. Now, here's the thing. I love the way Greg does this. I don't think he's released when I talk again. You guys don't know when I'm talking again, do you? Because I don't. He hasn't even told me, right? So here's the deal. I don't know. I don't know when that's going to happen, so I can't tell you when to come back. But so the goal is come to every one. I want you guys to see everybody. I'm going to be at a lot of these myself. I want you guys to come to all of them, but I want to see you guys back here again, hopefully, for my thing. So what you can do for now, blackhatorder.com/Greg. Here's what that does for you. Like, don't worry, I don't market anything. I don't have a list that I email or market to or anything like that. You're not going to get spammed. No, none of that stuff, right? I'll only talk to you about this specifically. But here's what this is going to give you: a T-shirt. Woo! I always get a kick out of somebody. You can have a T-shirt. Who cares? But so we got different T-shirts. Actually, some cool ones. We've got one that is. I'm a big believer in the "I am the 1%." Right? You saw all these people, like all the woe is me people, like, we are the 99% of people that don't have any money. It's like, no, you want to be the 1%, right? So we've got an I am the 1% T-shirt. We've got some Lambo Luke shirts, but you get a shirt. And here's the cool thing. If you wear the shirt, if you're wearing the shirt, when I get to show you guys the rest of the cool stuff, let you hear from my other guys that are crushing it and that kind of thing, you're going to get a $5,000 discount if you're wearing the shirt when I do that, when I release it and get to talk to you guys again. Okay? So here's the other cool thing. This is going to be a fun one for me. The first 5 people I see wearing the shirt, they're going to get $500 off, and that starts tomorrow. Some smart ass is going to put his shirt on, like go back there and get one, and like, oh, number 1. It starts tomorrow. And also you're going to get early access to purchase. You're going to get an email. It's like, hey, you can grab this thing now. Now, $5,000 off discount is pretty substantial for the price that this is going to be offered at. So you might be thinking, $5,000 off of what? Well, it's a good chunk. You guys, I think, are going to be shocked. So that's what it gets you. And here's what I want to just kind of briefly mention again, what I'm going to cover when I come back. We're going to talk about the third tool. I'm going to show you how to combine all the tools together. You're going to hear directly from the guys that I talked about earlier. Some of the guys that are in this room right now. I'll probably ask them if they wouldn't mind kind of sharing some things. And then I'm going to open the cart so you guys can get access to these tools later on. So again, blackhatorder.com/Greg. And then here's how we're going to do it. My computer's probably going to die, so here's how we're going to do it. Go there, register. You can go back to, I think we're calling it the speakers table, and say, hey, I registered. They'll make sure you did. They'll throw you a T-shirt, and hopefully you guys will grab a shirt and get your $5,000 off, and I'll see you guys again for part number 2, and we can then head to the VIP party, have some time before the VIP party. Is that cool? I don't know. I haven't talked to Greg about this. We can do some Q&A maybe, but he's probably going to want to jet and get ready for VIP party, so we might be able to do that back here. I don't know how he wants to do it, so we'll go from there. So, is that cool? Fair enough? Awesome. Awesome, guys. Thanks. Thanks a ton.